know this background is really boring. It's just my living room / my kitchen. You can see there's a light. Hello, random light I'm not using. I'm using natural windows. I'm using natural lighting from my windows, and that's why I'm here. And my background, as in like my nice little walls, is still in the car from the con I did 2 weeks ago because I'm lazy. Hello everyone. Noel Cypress here, and I am actually here a second time that's 4. I'm actually here a second time for December because we finally made a Patreon goal! Yay! So pretty much, I had a goal on Patreon that if I made a certain amount that I would start doing YouTube videos twice a month, and clearly we're there. So here I am making this on the 27th. That is still the month. I had a lot to do this month. It was the holidays, so cut me some slack. Hey, I'm recording here. You quiet down, car. Okay, so rude. So for my second video this December, I figured I would do a story time because I like watching story times on YouTube. I usually have them going while I'm like editing, and a lot of people seemed interested in me doing story times now, according to my Twitter poll. I experience a lot of weird shit. I don't even mean like I only experience weird shit in the adult industry. Oh no. I experience weird shit everywhere. I seem to attract a certain type of person because I have a tendency to trust easily and immediately, and that gets me into shit. So this is going to definitely play into the I trust too easily and quickly dynamic that is my life. When I was a wee baby Noel, in about middle school, I made a friend with a new girl in the school. We'll call her Tiffany. Tiffany was kind of a loner, but I wasn't that popular either. I had my tiny group of friends, about 5 people, and one girl in my group of friends was like, hey, this girl Tiffany is new, let's make friends with her. Okay. Tiffany and I hit it off right away, and it was a very fast friendship, and it felt like I could trust Tiffany with everything. This was back in the day when AOL messaging was all the rage. You've got mail was my favorite thing to hear because give me that. Give me the messages. So we were always just messaging each other, going back and forth, and we were really inseparable. We realized we had a lot of these same interests, and the one interests that I didn't have, she would give me, or vice versa. If she wasn't into something, I would introduce her something. But something that we both always bonded over was Lord of the Rings and later on punk pop music. We both really liked the Lord of the Ring movies by a lot. And one day she pops up online and she says, Hey Noel, I totally got Elijah Wood's instant messaging username, and do you want to talk to him? Me, being an idiot middle school kid, was like, yes, I will make him the love of my life, and then we will make hobbit children together. Yeah, she miraculously goes offline, and for some reason I don't think anything of it, and I start talking with Elijah Wood on Instant Messenger. A few months of this passes, and I think Elijah and I are great friends. I start learning about Billy Boyd proposing to some random girl in like Australia, and my heart was broken because Billy Boyd is the love of my life. Just really weird things. And then Elijah had feelings for me even though I was a 12-year-old girl. It was just a lot of inside drama, but that part didn't last long. I immediately told one of our other tiny group of friends what was happening, even though they were very strict about not telling anybody that we were talking. When I did, they were like, you're not talking to anyone famous, Noel. Don't be an idiot. And I was like, you're right, I'm probably not. And that, they miraculously stopped talking to me around that time. I think my other friend faced Tiffany about it, and Tiffany stopped, but habits don't just go away like that. You're on the thing. No, you can be in it if you want. Or you can just sit. You want to sit?
Yeah.
Okay. Clearly I had a friend just come over. I'm going to finish telling the story, and then we're going to Pokemon Go because we're nerds. So if I'm looking...
Lots of nerddom.
So if I look off to the side, it's because I'm watching his facial reactions, because I can't watch your guys' facial reactions to how much of an idiot I was when I was 13. You're probably wondering, oh, Noel, why are you being so vague about this story about supposedly meeting the cast of Lord of the Rings? Yes, I thought yeah. Because that's not the story. That's the prequel. The story is... Tiffany is the name I gave the girl. Tiffany, a few months later, was like, hey, you know how we both really like the band Good Charlotte? Why, yes. 13-year-old me loves Good Charlotte. Well, I got a hold of all of their usernames, all of their messaging usernames. Me, a 13-year-old girl, got all of them. I can now chat with them. Only, you can definitely not tell anybody this time, especially the girl you told before. You can't tell anyone that you get these usernames. I am down! I want to marry one of their asses! Let's do it! So, I start talking to Joel. Never mind the fact that, once again, Tiffany signs off of her AOL Messenger the second that Joel signs in. But she says she's going invisible and she'll be able to chat with me whenever. And whenever Joel is signed in, he's also invisible. So neither of them, if you forgot AOL speak, if you have like your AOL screen name,
you've got mail
thing, your friends show up as online, and then below that it's all offline people. Everyone always showed as offline. If you're invisible, you always show up as offline. So her excuse was she's going invisible, and all the members of Good Charlotte were always invisible because of paparazzi. I start chatting up Joel from Good Charlotte, quote unquote. It turned into a year of me going back and forth with these members of Good Charlotte. Within like 4 months, I told Billy Martin, their guitarist, that I have always loved him, that he and I are meant to be, that we will create the most beautiful babies known to the world. And he told me, he feels the same. I gave up being a rich woman because I was 13, supposedly flirting with a 27-year-old. Yeah. I started getting letters in the mail that somehow looked like Tiffany's writing, but you know what? Being 13 and in denial, I was gonna ignore that. One letter even had a locket inside of it. And ooh, I wish I kept this locket. And it was from Billy Martin, and he said, this was passed down in my family for years. And now I wanted you to have it. It's the promise that once you're of age, we'll marry. And I'm like, oh, we're so in love. I show my parents, oh, my boyfriend. And they're like, back up. You're what? What? As I'm like, oh yeah, I have an internet boyfriend. And my stepdad is immediately like, oh, thank God, it's fake. I was like, my boyfriend got me this locket and it's a family heirloom and it broke, so I need to go to a jeweler and get it fixed. We take it to a jeweler and the first thing they say is, this is a cheap little locket you get out of a like gumball machine. It's not real anything, it's plastic. And I'm like, you're a liar! You don't want Billy and I to be in love! 13-year-old hormones, everybody. So the locket was fake, but they're like, well, we'll glue it shut for you. How about that? And I'm like, yes, that works. I tell my good friend, what name? Tiffany. I told Tiffany what happened with the locket, and she was like, Billy's not gonna like that. And I'm like, I know. And the next time I spoke to Billy, he somehow knew. And I was like, Tiffany, you bitch, you told him. Not Tiffany, you bitch, you are him. Spoiler alert. Oh, okay, you guys are smart enough. He's like, we need to break up because you broke my family heirloom. And I'm like, no! I'm so brokenhearted! Why? What am I gonna do with my life? So we break up, and immediately Joel, because remember, there's 4 whole members of this band, Joel starts talking to me, and he's like, I always thought you were pretty. Wow, 28-year-old man? You think a 13-year-old's pretty too? This is not creepy. This is the love, this is the dream of my life. I am the happiest I will ever be. I am peaking here. I will never get better.
Hey guys, Noel here. I'm clearly editing my first ever Storytime video, and I realized it's long. So, I'm doing an impromptu part 1 and an impromptu part 2. Just now, Billy just broke up with me and I don't know what to do with myself. But Joel's there to comfort me. Let's see what happens in part 2, coming next month, on what happens to my idiot self. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Here they are listed right here. I promise I have a better outro in the second part because that part was planned and this part was not. Please subscribe, like, and comment below what you think so far and if you have any sort of advice for me. Until then, I'll see you in part 2. Bye!